It's a fantastic day because it's time for a card reveal. Champions TCG is dropping Gen 4 very soon. Generation 4 is going to be the last piece of the base set. Gens 1 through 4 comprising a ton of crazy cards, but Gen 4 is really going to be something special. These new cards, these new keywords are wild. And so today I'm showing you my favorite card from the upcoming set. It is Kesi, Daughter of the Winds. This is a 5 mana creature, air element, 8 attack, 8 health, and the keyword is Lucky Gust. What Lucky Gust does is discard your hand and then draw that many cards plus 1. Which, if you think about your trading card game history, means that this card is basically the Professor Oak of Champions TCG. Now, you might be wondering, wait, what is Professor Oak? So in case you don't remember, let me show you. Professor Oak, discard your hand, then draw 7 cards. Back in the base set Pokemon TCG days, this card dominated because it's simply broken. It is a broken design. It is beyond overpowered. It is an incredible upside with basically no downside. You just play your whole hand, play all your cards, and then you draw 7 more cards for free. There's a reason why cards like this have many more restrictions and drawbacks in modern Pokemon TCG because Professor Oak is absolutely busted. Now, Lucky Gust isn't quite as strong as that in reality because it is drawing 1 more card than you discard. So if you play this with 2 cards in your hand, you're going to draw 3 after you discard your hand. If you play it with 5 cards in your hand, you'll discard that and then draw 6. Play it with nothing left in your hand, you'll just draw 1. So it's not nearly as broken. You're not going to draw 7 cards for free, but it's still a huge draw engine. It's a huge draw card. And listen, sometimes your hand just isn't good enough. Sometimes you do need to just start it over. I mean, I've had a lot of times where that's the case, especially when I'm playing a more aggressive deck. If I have a lot of cheap creatures and then later in the game, I only have like Bubby and Vroom and Turbo. You know, it's like a bunch of kind of reactive stuff or my end game damage that I want to use on the face. Like, I don't have good stuff to establish a board. In spots like that, I could really use Kesi to just reset everything. Just reset it, start it over, and, give me a fresh chance to have some cards that are actually playable. I mean, I think the reason I'm so excited about this is that in every card game, one of the worst things is when you're just card screwed, when you don't have anything good to play. And so this card being a do-over, draw a new hand, start fresh, like that is a very exciting proposition to me. It's just the kind of thing that helps avoid dead games where you don't have any options. And I really like that. Now, we are going to have to be careful. There is a downside to this, and that is fatigue. Champions is a game where you actually do go to fatigue more often than you might expect. Some matches are just so back and forth. No one ever gets enough of an advantage to push that lethal damage, and you go to fatigue. Someone runs out of cards, maybe both players run out of cards, and it comes down to the very end of the deck and the fatigue damage. So with Lucky Gust, you can draw through your deck way faster, and you really are going to need to be mindful of that. Like, if you Lucky Gust multiple times in a game, you will easily hit fatigue. Your opponent might still have 5 to 10 cards left or more. Like, you could get there so much faster. So fatigue is a real consideration, but still, this is the strongest draw in the game. What was the best draw before this? If you have Pukey and you evolve into Vomit Tackle, you draw 2 from the Greed plus 1 more from the Evolution. That would be 3 draw for 1. And that's a very uncommon scenario. It's pretty rare you get to do it. It happens, but it's not like every game by any means. More often, you're only going to get 1 or 2 draw at a time. Occasionally, the 3 from evolving into Greed. So compared to that, Lucky Gust is easily drawing you 2 or 3, oftentimes far more, substantially more, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, the sky is really the limit. Fatigue is really the limit. So it's just, draw is always good in card games. This is going to be the best draw in the whole game. Yes, it does have a drawback, but it's still going to be the strongest draw effect in the game, and I think that means it's going to be super strong. Now, there is one other Lucky Gust card, so if you watch this far, you get a bonus spoiler. Typha is Lucky Gust at 4 energy. It's a 4/4. They do not evolve into each other. Like this does not evolve into this. They're both air, but they don't share an evolutionary chain. This evolves into something else, which I won't show you, a different keyword. But this will be another option for 1 energy less. I do think 8/8 for 5 is a more compelling stat line than 4/4 for 4. So I feel like it's more of a 5-drop 8/8 situation. Like this is the better card. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the 4-drop version will get played more. I don't know. I am really looking forward to Lucky Gust as one of the many new keywords that's going to shake up the meta in Champions TCG for Gen 4. It's so many new keywords. I can't believe it. It's crazy. Like they're doubling the keywords. So super excited. Very grateful to still be working with the game, partnering with them, #ad, sponsored content and all that. But I do have some exciting announcements and new stuff to talk about, development with my relationship with the game, with Champions pretty soon. So I'll let you all know in the future. Keep an eye on Twitter, keep an eye on the stream. I'm sure I'll post about it on YouTube as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Excited for Gen 4. That's all I got. Flux signing out. See ya.